we're live.
Good morning.
Good morning, family. Welcome to Motivational Moment in the Morning. I am Porshea Wilkins.
I'm Jarrod Wilkins, and I'm excited about your future. Welcome to the broadcast this morning. Do us a favor, make sure you're tagging and sharing this broadcast with everybody that's connected to you, because who you're connected to is taking you somewhere. We are excited to be with you again this morning, as we are every single morning, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Absolutely. So make sure you head on over. Well, if you're watching this, you're on the When Dreams Collide page. But like the page. Also join the When Dreams Collide group. Okay. Follow When Dreams Collide on Instagram. Head on over to the website, whendreamscollide.com. Subscribe there as well. You can also check out Motivational Moment in the Morning on demand in case you're watching us for the first time and you're like, what is this? Oh, this is good. I want to see some more. Head on over to the website. You can watch it and get your moment when you want it on whendreamscollide.com, and then share with everybody.
Share it with everybody. Sharing is certainly caring. That's what you want to do this morning. You want to get this message out to everybody that you know. Go ahead and hit that share button. Go ahead and start tagging people. Let us know where you're broadcasting from, what city, what state, what country you are located in or you reside in. Let us know what state, what city. Let us know if you are live. If you're live, just write I'm live, or live, L-I-V-E here. If this is the replay that you're watching, just write replay. We'd love to know if you joined us live or if you were on the replay. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We're excited that you're here with us for another edition of Motivational Moments in the Morning. 20 minutes of power and inspiration to help you get your day started on time and on top. So we're excited about that. Today's broadcast is going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's going to be incredible. I don't want you to miss it, and I most certainly do not want anybody connected to you to miss it at all, because your alignments determine and produce your assignment. And so I want you to be able to share this as we get ready to get started here in a brief moment. We are broadcasting all over the world for so many people that are connected to us, and we're excited about it. We're excited about your future as well.
So one more time, the 5 ways to connect. Number 1, like the When Dreams Collide page, okay? Join the When Dreams Collide group. We have some exciting things we're going to be doing in the coming weeks here. You want to be in that group. That's for our VIPs, our Vision Impact Partners, okay? And so it's going to be exclusively for them. So you want to make sure you join the group. Follow When Dreams Collide on Instagram. Head on over to the website, whendreamscollide.com. You can get your moment when you want it. So Motivational Moment in the Morning on demand on the website every day, all day is going to be exciting. And so after that, you share. And those are the 5 ways to connect. Honey, let's go.
Let's go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, kings and queens. Good morning, world changers. Good morning, students of excellence. Good morning, vision carriers. Good morning, family. Good morning, VIPs, Vision Impact Partners. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. I am excited about your future. Yes, did you hear me? I said I am excited about your future. That's why I want to talk to you from a thought this morning. Please don't go. Let me say that one more time. Please don't go. But please don't go. When things go wrong, please don't go with them. Please don't go, because many of us have the proclivity to leave where we are supposed to grow and head on over to some place that doesn't serve us. You know, the challenge with most people is that we would rather be seen with people that are good for our image versus people that are good for our spirit.
Ooh, say that again.
We would rather be seen with people that are good for our image versus those that are good for our spirit. Do you know words are spirit? Words are spirit. So much so that, and I want you to write this down, Dr. Mike Murdoch said words are the birthplace to feelings. Your feelings are oftentimes determined, shaped, fortified, or devastated by people's words, please don't go. I'm going to ask you to stop signing up for abuse today. Many of us have become so stagnant in our life and in our situation and in our marriages, in our relationships, in our business, whereby we don't understand and we can't even recognize, or realize when we are being abused. That word abuse, it means and stands for abnormal use. When a man doesn't know the purpose and the power of a woman, he will abuse her. When a man doesn't know the purpose and the power of children, he will abuse them. And so many of us, we're so quick to sign up to what's familiar because oftentimes we become so comfortable in the mundane for things and for people to abuse us. Please don't go. Please don't go to the environments that don't nurture your destiny. Please don't go to the people and to the places that always have a problem for every solution. Please don't go and keep company with the individuals that are stagnant. They are comfortable with the status quo. They have no goals, no dreams, no ambition, no vision for the future. Because understand something, if the blind lead the blind, they both go in the ditch. Right. When the blind leads the blind, they both go into the ditch. And my question for you this morning is, whose lead are you following? Uh-oh. Are you following the lead of what I call ditch dwellers? Individuals that are headed towards the ditch, they're headed in that direction very fast, very confidently, and you would presume that because they are moving, that they have movement. Just because you're moving does not mean you have a movement. I have come to discover that real movements require for people to hate the movers. Shucks. Real movements require and demand for people of insecurity, people of immaturity to hate the movers. Oftentimes, I'm able to extrapolate the transferable truths from the life of Dr. Martin Luther King, who was a part of a movement. He led a movement, but it didn't stop him from being spit on. It didn't stop them from attacking his character. It didn't stop them from stoning him. Why? Because he was leading a movement. And oftentimes what you have to remember is that opposition is the sign that you are in position. Would you write that down, please? Opposition is the sign that you're in position. And way too often, what you and I find ourselves doing is confronting opposition and saying, maybe I'll go back. Nope. Maybe I will withdraw from the movement. Maybe I will sit this one out. But Steve Duncanson lets us know that life is a fight for territory. The moment you stop fighting for what you want, then what it is that you don't want automatically takes over. If you stop fighting for your health, sickness in your body will take over. If you stop fighting for your marriage, divorce will take over. If you stop fighting for your friendships, enemies will take over. If you stop fighting for your dream, your nightmares will take over. You've got to fight for what's right, even in the face of what's wrong. Please don't go. Please don't go. Don't go down the path of least resistance. Instead, go where there is no path and leave a trail. I think we will all face a decision that causes us to choose, just as they had to do on the sinking Titanic. The Titanic was, in the time, the most luxurious. Not only luxurious, but they said it could never sink. The Titanic was so broad and so big, so powerful in its craftsmanship. It was the talk of the industry. It was the talk of the town. It was the talk of the day. Whereas so many people signed up, both rich and affluent people, to take the first ride on the Titanic. Sure, you know what the end of the story is, but let's rewind, let's backtrack, and let us dive into the details, because drama always unfolds in the details. The Titanic takes off and it seemingly is going in the direction it's supposed to go. It's taking up wind. It's taking up refuge. I mean, the parties are going on. Things are happening. The smooth sailing is happening because leadership is never tested when there is no storm. Storms come to test leadership. Storms come to test vision. It is Helen Keller that said, I would rather be blind than to have sight and still no vision. The Titanic is moving forward during the daylight. I mean, people are outside of the Titanic. Sure, you've seen the movie. They're getting the full experience. They're letting the wind blow through their hair. They're eating, drinking champagne and caviar and having casual conversations. But darkness comes.
That's right.
And all of us, no matter how saved you are, spiritual or spooky you are, it rains on the just and the unjust, which lets me further know light will come and dark days will come as well. During the dark times, what happens is the person, watch it, the person that is steering, the captain that is steering the ship, he loses, watch it, visibility just for a moment. Sometimes I believe he loses visibility because he takes his eyes off the prize. One author says distractions are those things that you see when you take your eyes off the prize. And because he takes his eyes off the prize temporarily, he stops doing what he was doing temporarily. He stops going where he used to go temporarily. He leaves the ship. He leaves the seat temporarily. This is why John C. Maxwell says everything rises and falls on leadership. Please don't go. They hit the proverbial ice on the side of the Titanic. They hit that iceberg. Doesn't seem like much. It shakes the boat. And some of you have, oh, here it is. Some of you have hit something. Some of you have hit something that you thought was small. And because your Titanic is so big, you didn't give it credence.
Wow.
Some of us have hit something that we felt was so minuscule. You treated people so small because you didn't see how big they were beneath the surface. And you thought because your Titanic, your ship, your marriage, your friendship, your body, your business was so big. You forgot to pay attention to the things that looked small that you otherwise hit. Can I tell you something? It's not the big things that take you down. It's not the big things that cause you to go wrong. It's not the big things that cause the Titanic to sink. I venture to say it's the little small things. If you take care of the small things, the big things will take care of themselves. They hit the proverbial iceberg, and as you know the story, the water starts to get inside the ship. And I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, the ship didn't sink because it was in water.
Come on now.
The ship started to sink because water got inside of it.
Come on.
Can I ask you a question as I pass the mic over to my beautiful wife? How many small things have you hit and you didn't pay attention to? How many small things did you hit that you didn't give credence to? How many small things have you hit that you looked away with a wayward eye to say, I'm too big, that's so small, it won't sink my ship? Over a period of time, the water creeps in. And if you really pay attention, it creeps in, watch this, at the very bottom first. The people at the top of the ship, they didn't feel anything. They felt a little rocking, but they didn't see, they didn't sense anything. It was the people at the very bottom that were rowing. It was the people at the very bottom that were working that felt the major impact instantaneously because of, watch this, what the captain hit. Please don't go. And now here's what ends up happening as the ship starts to sink. Now the captain realizes, oh, shucks. As big as the Titanic is, as powerful in craftsmanship as it has been, you cannot defy, watch it, the principles that govern success. And they begin to sink. And here's where all of us will get to in our life. the proverbial question you'll get to in the fork in the road. There were two classifications of people that after everybody realized the ship was about to sink, after it had become a fact, or not even a fact, it became truth that there's nothing that will happen to stop the Titanic from sinking. No prayer will stop it. No plunging would stop it. They had done all they could do to assist in slowing it down, but the Titanic was going to sink, not because it hit small things, not because of the iceberg, but because of the neglect of the captain. And here's what happens. One classification of people says, since we're here now, I need a life raft. I need a life jacket. I got to get off the Titanic. I've got to get off this ship. It's sinking, and it's sinking fast. The water has started to consume all of the levels. I've got to get off the Titanic, and please give me a life raft. Please give me a life jacket. I've got to get off the sinking ship. And then there was another group of people that said, well, since it's going to sink, I'm cold right now, and we're here seemingly functioning on the surface of the Titanic. Grab your violins and let's play to keep ourselves warm. Shucks, I think you missed it. He said, let us play to keep ourselves warm, even though the ship is sinking. Ladies and gentlemen, can I tell you, we're all in the shipping business. You're in the friendshipping business, the relationshipping business, the leadershiping business. And ladies and gentlemen, my question for you is this. Are you going to go with the proverbial stance of, give me my life jacket, give me my life raft so I can jump to safety? Am I going to leap to live? Or are you going to grab a violin and play and stay and sink? Please don't go.
You know, one of the things that this story really resonates with me on is the people at the bottom were working where the engine is. They were down there with the engine. So they had a level, they had a lens, a perspective that the captain didn't. And unfortunately, because the captain was too high, stuck up into what he was doing, they didn't have technology then. So there was no way other than a piece of paper that they would have to run from the bottom of the ship up to the top of the ship. They couldn't send an email or a text with no WhatsApp or none of that.
True.
They would have to physically take it to the captain. And because of the water that had gotten in the ship at the bottom, it was shutting down things. So doors were closing, access doors were closing, and so they were trapped. And there's so many of you trapped in an environment that is unhealthy for you because the ship is sinking.
Wow.
You have to recognize what's going on. Please don't go where God is not. See, one of the things at the beginning of the story that stood out to me more than anything else, stood out to me before the people where the engine were, before that stood out, was the fact that they were bragging on the Titanic, saying that it was so powerful, it was so strong that God himself couldn't even sink it.
Yeah.
Please don't go where God is not. Please don't go where he's not. Where he is, there's flow. There's order.
That's right.
There's structure. You know, there's not stagnation, because nothing is ever stagnant. You're either growing or dying.
That's true.
You understand? So wherever he is, there's life. And there's so many people walking around just existing. You're not living, you're just existing. You're like zombies when it comes to your relationships, your business, and different things, because there's no life there, because so much of what's on the outside has gotten in you. The water inside of you is beginning to fester.
Wow.
And when water begins to sit and to fester, it attracts snakes.
Wow.
So you have this water inside of you that's sitting, is festering. So now you have all these different things coming at you, attacking you, and you wondering why it's not moving, why it's not going. Because the people you are connected to didn't pay attention to the small things. The scripture tells us, in Solomon, it says, 2:15, it says, catch the foxes for us. The little foxes that spoil and ruin the vineyards, the vines of love.
Right.
Because when our vineyards blossom, when our vines begin to blossom, when you begin to grow, when you begin to break the surface, because you've been planted. So now you're beginning to break the surface. It's the little foxes show up.
That's right.
And begin to destroy it. The little words that people speak begin to destroy it. The little things of manipulation that people begin to do, they start calling around to different people that are connected to you, planting seeds of doubt, planting negativity to turn them against you, to divide and conquer so they can have power. Ladies and gentlemen, that is an unhealthy environment. Please don't go where you see that. Wherever the individuals are that participate in that kind of negativity and foolishness, you don't need to be.
Right.
It's really that simple. Apostle Paul tells us, I don't consider that I've made it, but one thing that I do consider is that I'm going to forget what's behind me.
That's right.
And I'm going to press forward to the higher call. So once you recognize that this is the issue, please don't go back.
That's right. That's right.
You must go forward. Because if you don't pay attention, if you ignore the signs, if you ignore the water in the ship, if you ignore all of the different things, the foxes and the snakes and the sitting water and all those things, if you ignore that, you are by default going to go backwards.
Yeah.
Because all movement isn't progressive. All growth isn't ahead. So that means you could be growing backwards. You could be moving backwards.
Wow. Wow.
Or in circles.
Wow.
And you wonder why you're not getting anywhere. You're going, but you're not going in the right direction. You're not going in the right place. Because of who you're around. You're surrounded by shine instead of substance.
That's right.
You got to make a decision if you're going to be popular or purposeful.
That's right.
You can't don't sell your soul to stay connected to them. Don't put yourself in a predicament where they'll have something so character defeating on you that they can destroy you. Don't put yourself in those situations, because there are people whose sole focus is to destroy anybody who they believe stands in the way of them getting what it is that they want.
Very true.
It's not about, oh, I want you to win and I win too. For them, it's about, I want to win and I want you to lose.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Even though they can have so much. They can be the captain with so much. They're so concerned about you. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to pay attention. You got to pay close attention to what's going on around you, to who's around you. The scripture also tells us in Proverbs 16:3, and this is how you can overcome that. You commit your works to the Lord. You submit to His will and His way, and your plans will be established. You have to commit to Him on this journey. I know a lot of people say, because, I talk about Jesus all the time. I tell people all the time, all I need is Jesus and J-Dub in my life, and I'm good. But you hear it all. People are, for me, it's about making sure that the kingdom is built.
Yeah.
Being a kingdom ambassador.
Right.
And people hear the word kingdom and they think it's a religious thing. And it's a relationship thing.
Yeah.
Wherever I go, I'm bringing that with me. Whether it's a business environment, an educational environment, whatever the environment is. Because regardless of what you feel about the Word of God, the principles of Him stand firm.
Very true.
And that's why so many people who do dirty are succeeding, because they still practice the principles. But what you got to recognize is that the devil rewards his demons too.
Yeah.
He celebrates them too.
That's right.
He promotes them too.
Yeah.
That's why you have to test the spirits. So my challenge for you all today is to pray for an increase in discernment, so that when the small things happen, you don't miss it. Don't miss the small cracks. Lord, please don't let me miss the small cracks. Please don't let me miss the small bumps in the road. Please don't let me miss the small conversations. Please don't let me miss the people that others see as small, but that I understand are big and have a big part to the whole plan.
Yeah.
Please don't let me miss it. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not go wherever you see these type of things happening. If the sink is shipping, if the ship is sinking,
yes.
don't go.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't go. When things are going wrong, don't go with them. Any dead fish can go with the flow.
That's right.
It takes a strong fish to swim against the current. The current debauchery, the current disaster, and the current demise. It takes courage to swim against the current.
That's right.
One man or woman with courage is the majority. Please don't go. God bless you. God bless your families. And God most certainly bless your dream.
Thank you so much for joining us today, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you, once again, like the When Dreams Collide page on Facebook. Join the group there as well for continued conversations and exciting things we have in store for all of our VIPs, our Vision Impact Partners. Head on over to Instagram, follow When Dreams Collide. Head on over to our website, which is whendreamscollide.com. You can catch Motivational Moment in the morning on demand, so you can get your moment when you want it, because we know there's people from all over the world who watch this and who see this. And then share it with everyone you know. If you listen to a message and it resonates with you, or you know it resonates with somebody that you are connected to, make sure you share it with them. Go ahead, sow a seed of sharing.
That's right. That's right.
And be a blessing to somebody else.
Share. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Share it right now.